basically perfect ourselves. So this has to do with consciousness. This has to do with spiritual perfection. Okay, and this is Judaism. So this is the point. So then we ask ourselves, how well am I learning the information, if at all? And that all that information is in the Torah. And all of the rabbis and the more perfected, spiritually enlightened people before us in our timeline have left us a lot of information. And I read a lot of Ramchal. I try to learn a lot from the Ramchal. I really connect to it. This is I also talk a lot about Mesilat Yesharim, which is the pathway of the righteous. Okay, and this one's called Derech Hashem, the way of God, Hashem. And this is by this one has some commentary from Rabbi Chaim Saglovich. Okay, so I took basically this chart was in the book, and I translated it into English. So let's take a look. So what's the work of a Jew? Well, it's twofold, like we said. It's learning and doing. So practicing, learning the information. Now, the information is just raw information. It's not emotional. We can't relate to this information in an emotional way. We have to learn from our brains. Okay, so other things we've been talking about, the difference between a melech and a kelev. A melech is a king, because everything goes through the mind. Okay, we are basically filtering everything through our mind in order to become a perfected person. And we've talked about in different classes about the pure-minded people of Jerusalem who filter everything, even every thought, through this filter of if it's forbidden, allowed, and if allowed, how? How is it allowed? And when, usually, when, okay? And commanded. I have other videos on that, even shorts, forbidden, allowed, and commanded. So even at the level of thought, we should filter our thoughts. Is this forbidden or allowed? And, or is it commanded to say or do? And we have also seen in quite a few different videos, the role of a speaker, because the speaking is what we might consider makes us different from animals. But in fact, the ability to speak, okay, is a higher consciousness. It's a different creation than an animal. We went through all of this in different videos, so I'm not going to go here, but it's on the way to something. So we were created humans, basically, with the ability to speak, okay? And then our job is to elevate our consciousness using, a lot of times, the speech, okay, in order to elevate ourselves to Israel. So when we look at this and we say, are we doing a good job as Jews? There's two things. So learning, like we said, and the information is just information. So we have to react to it through our heads and not through our hearts, like a dog, kelev. So like kings and not like dogs, okay? So not emotional, okay? It's just the information. So we have to learn in order to know what is commanded. Is it forbidden, allowed, or commanded? The only way we can know that is to learn it, okay? So we all, Jews, all have to learn the Torah in order to know, okay? And the other reason that we learn is in order to fix the creation. Like we said, there's a job for the speaker to do. The speaker was created with the ability, okay, to have a consciousness, to understand reality. How do we understand? By learning the wisdom of God, the Creator, okay? And then by saying again, the words, okay? So if that's in the prayers or if it's just the words of the Torah, if we say them out loud, okay, it fixes creation. We've heard sometimes of the concept of Tikkun Olam. Tikkun Olam. Now, Jew, if you are a Jew in this reality and you are not saying any of the words that are in the Torah, then you are not doing a good job as a Jew.